glad you're all here because it's a lesson.
Okay.
Make sure you text Brianna to watch the video. This video is for Brianna. 13. All right. Graphing inequalities. Does anybody know what an inequality is?
No, I forgot.
Okay. Let me show you a visual example, and then maybe some of you will remember from elementary.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah. I know that.
Okay, does anybody remember what this one is called?
Yeah.
Less than.
Good.
What
So,
is it?
less than.
Oh, yeah, less than or more than?
So, yeah, the Pac-Man, the alligator eats a bigger number, right? Yep. It used to be exactly in elementary school, the Pac-Man. So, this one is called less than. If you remember, great. If not, here it is to remind you. What is this one called?
Greater than.
Greater than. Greater than. Okay. Now, my first period, when I wrote this one down, they all said greater than. And I was like, I'm embarrassed.
Oh my
I'm embarrassed.
God.
So, yeah. I'll replace it again. Okay, so the way I showed them, it's like, hey, here's how you're going to remember this for the rest of your life. Which one looks like an L for less than? Which one starts
here
in the same direction as a regular L? Less than. And that's how it starts with, less than. So the one that starts with an L is the one that looks most like an L. I know it's kind of squished, but if you have these two options in high school, and your high school teacher goes, hey, which one's less than, look for the one that is the same direction as an L, less than, okay? Because in high school, you get to revisit this. I'm not sure if you get to do this again in 8th grade, but I know in high school, you get to do them again. Obviously, a little harder than what I'm going to teach you. Okay, does anybody know this symbol?
Yeah. No, I forgot.
So how does it say together? How do you say call this all together? That's the ending.
I know the drawing, but.
So what's the first part? You have the ending correct.
No.
So what is this called?
Nothing.
Less than or
Greater than.
less than. Okay, so Roger, do you need to distract people? No. Less than is this part, right? Less than is that part. Or this bottom part is equal to. So it's like a combo. So you have a little bit of this and then the equal to, like an equal sign. Because if I cover this up, it looks like an equal sign, right? So it's like a combo effect. So who can tell me what that one's called?
Greater than or equal to.
Very good.
Same thing.
Greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal to. Dominic, no. Roger, do you have all this written down? We can come in during nutrition. It's cool. All right. This is not going to make sense to you right this second. I need you to draw a circle next to each inequality, like so. So draw 4 circles next to each inequality. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, I need you to shade the last 2 inequalities. Okay? So color in the last 2 and leave the first 2 not colored in. They mean something in math. The fact that they're colored in means something in math. Okay? So 2 are colored and 2 are not colored. Not colored. It's not colored. Speaking of coloring, I was like, wow, she's coloring the circles with green. I was like, damn, that's like I love it. And then I took a closer look and I got sad. What's wrong? All right. So, in math, these are called open circles, and these are called closed circles. So, open circles, closed circles. It's not shaded, shaded. Colored, not colored. Open circles, closed circles, okay? They mean something in math. About 2 minutes, I'll tell you what they mean. Can anybody figure out why these are shaded and these are not shaded? What makes these colored and not colored? Just based on the information I just gave you right now.
Because it doesn't have equal to.
Yeah. So, do you guys see how these two have the equal to part?
Yeah.
And these are the ones that are colored, shaded in. These don't have the equal to part, and they're open. They're left open. And that has to do with why. The equal to part. All right. Okay. Now, the lesson. Graphing. We are going to graph x is less than 2. X is less than 2. So, here's our math problem. And I have to graph them. Okay? Here's the problem. X is less than 2. And I have to graph them. And it's actually pretty easy to graph. There's just two things you have to remember. Okay. We're going to graph it on a number line. So we're going to start off by drawing a line, a horizontal line. Now, do you see this number? What number is this? 2. That's the number you're going to put right in the middle. So whatever number I give you, you're going to put it right in the middle. Okay, now give me 2 numbers below and 2 numbers above. So what are the 2 numbers below 2 and what are the 2 numbers above 2 on a number line? Like, yeah.
1 and 1.
Yep. 1, 0. And then what are the 2 numbers above?
3 and 4.
Okay, so when you're doing this for me in my class, you put this number in the middle and then 2 numbers below and 2 numbers above a regular number line. Okay? This is just, elementary number line. Okay? Now we're going to do 7th grade math. Look at your inequality. Is that going to be, it's a less than. Is that going to be an open circle or a closed circle? Open. If you don't know, you look up here and you find this. Right there. Oh, it's open. So I'm going to put an open circle on this number. So open circle. Why is it open? Because it says less than. Okay, so that's your first step in graphing. Now the second step. We're going to be shading to the left or to the right. We have to figure out which numbers make this statement true. So, is it the numbers on the left? Is it the numbers on the right?
Left.
Okay, so let's pretend we don't know, Kevin. We're like, I don't know. Miss Lamel, you tell me. Okay, I'm going to use 0. I'm going to plug it into x like we did yesterday. Substitute it. So, if I plug in 0, alligator, crocodile, then the number 2. So I plugged in 0 for x. I don't use x anymore. I'm going to use 0 because it's right there. Is the alligator okay with this situation? No. Is 0 less than 2?
No.
Is the alligator eating the bigger number in this problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, so is the alligator okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not getting mad at us, right? So this is okay. So check. We like the 0. Let's pretend I used the number 4 and plugged it into x. Is 4 less than 2? Is the alligator eating the bigger number in this situation? No. So is the alligator going to be happy here? No, it's not happy. It's quite disappointed and mad at us. So does 4 work?
No.
It does not work. So these numbers on the left work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade with my pencil in this direction. And I'm going to put an arrow at the end. What does this mean? This means that, hey, guys, all of these numbers on the left side, and if I keep going on my number line, all these numbers on the left side work. It would make the alligator happy. If I shade any of these numbers, the alligator's going to be mad. You're not eating the bigger number. So yes, I am using what you learned in elementary school to do 7th grade math. You have to have an understanding of, hey, the alligator has to eat the bigger number to do these problems. Okay? Now, we will transition to doing this in our head. Okay? Now, why is it open? Let's say I use the number 2. Is 2 less than 2?
No.
Would the alligator be okay with 2 is less than 2?
No.
No. Because is 2 less than 2?
No.
No, what is it?
Equal to.
It's equal to. So that's why we have an open circle. Because 2 is actually not part of our answer. It's just like a placeholder. It's not a real answer. We can't use 2. We cannot use 2. See, it's kind of like a disappointing. All right. Let's do a couple more. X is greater than or equal to 7. X is greater than or equal to 7. Okay. What do we start with? Number line. 7 in the middle. Very good. 2 numbers below and 2 numbers above. 2 numbers below and 2 numbers above. Okay, what are my 2 numbers below? 6 and 5. And 2 numbers above? 8 and 9. I almost. Okay, X is greater than or less than 7. Look at this symbol right here. Am I going to have a closed circle or an open circle? Open. So you look at this, and if you don't have it memorized, you go back to your notes and you're like, oh, it's that one. What's right next to it? A closed circle. Oh, a closed circle. So we're going to put a circle and shade it in on the 7. Whatever number this is, that's where you're going to put the circle. Okay? Got it? Okay, now the hard part. Which side does the alligator want to eat? The left side or the right side?
The right side. The left side.
I'm looking for numbers. I'm looking for numbers that are greater than or equal to 7. Which side has the numbers that are greater than or equal to 7?
The right side.
Good. If you don't know, you can type in or use one of the, is 5 greater than or equal to 7, or is 8 greater than or equal to 7? Which one is the alligator going to be happy with? The bottom, the 8, right? This one, alligator's pretty sad. This one, alligator's happy. The 8's on the right side, so I'm going to shade to the right. So we add some shading, and we add an arrow. The arrow means that you can actually keep going. Does that make sense? So how do I graph this? I start with the number line, close your open circle. If you have this extra line, it's closed. And then the hard part is left or right. Which side does the alligator want to eat?
The right.
This is the right. Good. All right. Try this one. All right. Try that one on your own while I try to find a few droplets of water. A few droplets of water. What do we start with? A number line. So you should see you actively drawing a number line. I just told you, a number line. Roger? Number line, number line, number line. Then,
Miss, you did it.
yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
No, look, the whole problem is solved. this is the answer.
Where's that?
This is what we're doing. This is the work that eventually you'll show in your head. Meaning, I don't even want to see it. That part, honestly, this, eventually, I don't want you to use it. You're going to do this in your head. This is showing work in your, eventually this will be in your head. This is the answer to our problem. This is your answer. That's what I'm going to grade. Do you have an open or closed circle, and which way do you shade? Some of you can do this in your head. I'm writing it down for those of you who are still kind of like, I don't get the left or the right, Miss O'Malley. Cool, we'll do this. Okay, so number line. Which number goes in the middle? 5, 4, 3, 6, 7, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Open or closed? Closed. Left or right?
I got that one wrong.
Left. Okay, if you shade it to the right, I'm looking for numbers that are less than. What does less than mean? Smaller numbers. Which numbers are smaller? The ones on the left. Okay, if you get stuck, do this in your head or on paper. Is 4 less than or equal to 5? Or if I use 7, is 7 less than or equal to 5? Which one has the right answers? Oh, the 4. The 4, so I'm going to shade in the direction of the 4. I'm looking for the smaller numbers. Uh-oh. Are we okay or not? Aaron, what do you need? Do you need something? Okay, let's do a hard one. Even though a lot of you got that one.
So we don't get an answer.
This is your answer. Your answer is all of those numbers work. All of those numbers work. Do you guys remember going to Disney or not and like not being tall enough to ride the ride?
I went yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you go to Knott's or even the fair, they go like, hey, you have to be taller than this, right? And then they put the little kid underneath. You're like, oh, you're ready. So that means that it's an inequality. You have to be this height or above, right? You can write it if you're above this. These inequalities are like that. Hey, you have to be 7 years old or above to ride the ride. Let's say it's based on age. 7 or above. Like a car seat type of thing. All right.
Miss, what's the lower number?
I can eat 5 or less cookies in one sitting. It's most days. You should be eating 5 or less cookies every day.
Someone.
Yeah, me this morning. Okay, here's the hard one. Why is it hard?
Because it has a negative.
Okay, are we going to start the same way? Yep. Number line. What number goes in the middle? Huh? What number goes in the middle? Negative 2.
Yep.
Now, this is where it gets hard because kids make mistakes on which numbers, 2 numbers are below and which 2 numbers are above. Try it out. Be ready to erase. Which 2 numbers are below negative 2 and which 2 numbers are above negative 2. This is where we made some mistakes.
Negative 3, negative
0, -1.
But where?
Up.
But don't they?
Wait. The other side.
What part?
No.
Okay, my finger's right there. Which number goes where my finger's at?
-1.
Negative 3.
Negative 3.
Exactly. See how I heard both? You see how I heard both? Y'all heard -1, and y'all heard -3, and the correct answer is -3.
Bro, they got me.
In the negative land, it goes the opposite way. So be very careful, Lucy, not to make this mistake, Jackie. I'm sure you will never, ever, ever do this mistake ever again. Okay, now let's go back to the easy part. So the hard part of this one is just putting your numbers in the right spot, Armando. Now comes the easy part. Look at this. Is this an open or a closed circle? It's open. There's no extra line. So it's open. Now, which way do I shade? To the left or to the right? Okay. What is this symbol called?
Greater.
Greater. This means greater. So I'm looking for numbers that are greater than -2. Which numbers are greater, bigger than -2? So let me put these two numbers on your number line. -10 and +10. Which side is bigger? The -10 or the +10? +10. I'm looking for greater. I'm looking for bigger numbers. That would be this side, the right side. So I'm looking for numbers that are greater than -2. That would be on the right side with the negatives. Okay, let's try one more.
What if I don't want to do the
Okay,
Do we do that by ourselves?
you can totally go ahead of me. You don't have to wait for me.
Okay, could you wait though? I should have tried my shot.
Do you have a packet after this?
Sure.
No, why would you say that?
I said do it.
Okay, which number goes in the middle?
10.
-10.
Negative.
-10, actually.
That's what I said. It's okay, no problem.
Now remember your number line that we just did before.
Yeah.
Where would I put the -9? Where would I put the -11? Where does -9 go? Where does -11 go? On a number line. On a basic number line. All of these can be used on your notes and your classwork and your homework and your test. Remember, you're preparing for your test. Make sure you have really good notes. Notes that are complete. Okay. Easy question. Open or closed circle? Good. Okay. We should all understand when it's open. Should understand when it's closed. Now the hard part is figuring out. Oh wait, I forgot. What number is this one?
-11, -12.
Okay. This would be -100 over here, and this is +100 over here, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking for numbers that are, what do you call this?
Less than.
These are less than. So I'm looking for numbers that are less than. Which side, the left or the right, have numbers that are less than the 10?
Right.
-10.
Oh, left.
Yeah.
Me too.
This side has the numbers that are less. This side has the numbers that are higher, greater. So if it's greater, you're going to shade this way. If it's less, you're going to shade to the left. Yeah, we're ready. Yes.
Keep digging, Jacob.
Good. Crazy though. That the low paper fade me, Mr. Matthew.
It's not.
Okay, I would suggest you have your notes open to. Thank you. Oh, perfect. This page, your notes open to this page because this is telling you which open or closed circle. Am I going to have an open circle? Am I going to have a closed circle? You have them in your notes. All right. Let's zoom in into number 1. Okay. Be on the side that says x is greater than or equal to -2.
We don't need to do the work, we just need the supply.
So, there's 2 parts to the grade. the open or closed circle, and which way do you shade? So 2 parts. The first part's extremely easy. Look at this. Is it open or is it closed? Closed. So find the -2. So Jacob, we're finding -2 right there. Okay, cool. Kalani, we're finding -2. We're going to put a closed circle above it. Right? So that's your first answer. We're not done, but that is your first part. Closed circle and -2. Now comes the part where you have to think. You have to think about this. That's the second time I tell you to put that away. Left, right. Now, what am I looking at? I'm looking for numbers that are, what do you call this symbol? Greater. I'm looking for answers that are greater than -2. So which side gives me numbers? Just pay attention so we understand this. Which numbers are greater than -2? The right side. So that means I'm going to put a shade on the right side. So 1 point for the circle and 1 point for which way do you shade. I'm looking for numbers that are greater than -2. These numbers are greater than -2. All right. It's a lot. It is. It's a long lesson today.